This is M101 to East Village 3rd Avenue 6th Street. This stop is St. Nicholas Avenue and West 192nd Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 190th Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 190th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 188th Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 188th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 185th Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 185th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 184th Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 184th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 181st Street. Transfers available to BX11, BX13, BX3, BX35 and BX36. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 181st Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 178th Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 178th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 175th Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 175th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 172nd Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 172nd Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 170th Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 170th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 168th Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 168th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 165th Street. Transfer available to M2. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 165th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 161st Street. Transfer available to M3. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 161st Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 158th Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 158th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 156th Street. Transfers available to BX6 and BX6 SBS. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 156th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 152nd Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 152nd Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 150th Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 150th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 148th Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 148th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 145th Street. Transfer available to BX19. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 145th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 143rd Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 143rd Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 140th Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 140th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and Suite 138th Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 138th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 135th Street. Transfer available to M11. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 135th Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 131st Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 131st Street. Next stop, Amsterdam Avenue and West 129th Street. This stop is Amsterdam Avenue and West 129th Street. Next stop, West 125th Street and Amsterdam Avenue. Transfer available to M104. This stop is West 125th Street and Amsterdam Avenue. Next stop, West 125th Street and Morningside Avenue. This stop is West 125th Street and Morningside Avenue. Next stop, West 125th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. Transfers available to the A, C and D trains and M3. This stop is West 125th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. Next stop, West 125th Street and Fred Douglass Boulevard. Transfer available to M10. This stop is West 125th Street and Fred Douglass Boulevard. Next stop, West 125th Street and Adam C. Powell Boulevard. Transfer available to M2. This stop is West 125th Street and Adam C. Powell Boulevard. Next stop, West 125th Street and Malcolm X Boulevard. Transfers available to the 2 and 3 trains, M102 and M7. This stop is West 125th Street and Malcolm X Boulevard. Next stop, East 125th Street and 5th Avenue. Transfer available to M1. This stop is East 125th Street and 5th Avenue. Next stop, East 125th Street and Madison Avenue. Transfers available to M1, M125 and M60 SBS. This stop is East 125th Street and Madison Avenue. Next stop, East 125th Street and Park Avenue. Transfers available to Metro North, M125. M35 and M60 SBS. This stop is East 125th Street and Park Avenue. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 124th Street. Transfers available to the 4, 5 and 6 trains, M103 and M35. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 124th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 122nd Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 122nd Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 119th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 119th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 116th Street. Transfers available to M102 and M116. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 116th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 114th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 114th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 110th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 110th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 106th Street. Transfer available to M106. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 106th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 104th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 104th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 102nd Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 102nd Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 100th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 100th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 98th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 98th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 96th Street. Transfer available to M96. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 96th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 94th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 94th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 92nd Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 92nd Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 89th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 89th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 86th Street. Transfer available to M86 SBS. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 86th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 83rd Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 83rd Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 79th Street. Transfer available to M79 SBS. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 79th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 77th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 77th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 74th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 74th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 72nd Street. Transfer available to M72. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 72nd Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 70th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 70th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 68th Street. Transfer available to M66. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 68th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 64th Street. Transfers available to the F and Q trains, M102 and M103. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 64th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 62nd Street. Transfers available to the F and Q trains, M102, M103 and Q32. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 62nd Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 59th Street. Transfers available to the 6, N and R trains, M102, M103, M31, M57 and Q32. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 59th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 56th Street. Transfers available to M102, M103, M31, M57 and QM6. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 56th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 52nd Street. Transfers available to the 6 and E trains. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 52nd Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 50th Street. Transfer available to M50. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 50th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 46th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 46th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 42nd Street. Transfers available to the 4, 5, 6, 7 and S trains, Metro North, M1, M102, M103, M2 and M3. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 42nd Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 40th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 40th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 37th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 37th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 34th Street. Transfers available to the 6th train. BXM11, M102, M103, M34 SBS and M34A SBS. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 34th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 31st Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 31st Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 28th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 28th Street. Next stop, Lexington Avenue and East 26th Street. This stop is Lexington Avenue and East 26th Street. Next stop, East 24th Street and Lexington Avenue. Transfers available to the 6th train. M1, M102, M103, M2 and M23 SBS. This stop is East 24th Street and Lexington Avenue. Next stop, 3rd Avenue and East 23rd Street. Transfer available to M23 SBS. This stop is 3rd Avenue and East 23rd Street. Next stop, 3rd Avenue and East 20th Street. This stop is 3rd Avenue and East 20th Street. Next stop, 3rd Avenue and East 17th Street. This stop is 3rd Avenue and East 17th Street. Next stop, 3rd Avenue and East 14th Street. Transfers available to the L train, M14A SBS and M14D SBS. This stop is 3rd Avenue and East 14th Street. Next stop, 3rd Avenue and East 11th Street. Transfer available to M8. This stop is 3rd Avenue and East 11th Street. Next stop, 3rd Avenue and Astor Place. Transfer available to M8. This stop is 3rd Avenue and Astor Place. This is M101 to East Village 3rd Avenue 6th Street.